The year is 2080. Earth wears a shroud of its own making. Gone is the vibrant blue and green, replaced by a monotonous grey. The air is thick, heavy, a metallic tang lingering on the tongue. Each breath is a labour, a reminder of what we have lost. Mountains of waste scar the landscape, monuments to our greed. The sun, a hazy disk in the polluted sky, offers little warmth. Its rays struggle to penetrate the smog, casting an eerie, perpetual twilight. Acid rain, a regular occurrence, further poisons the ravaged earth. The once fertile lands are now barren, cracked and bleeding toxins. Rivers, once arteries of life, now flow sluggishly, thick with industrial waste and human refuse. The oceans, vast and forgiving, are now choked with plastic, a grim testament to our disregard. The earth, once our nurturing mother, now struggles to survive, choked by the consequences of our actions. In this desolate world, humanity has splintered. The wealthy have retreated into their sanctuaries, gleaming eco-domes hermetically sealed against the poisoned world outside. Here, within these bioengineered bubbles, they breathe purified air, drink filtered water, oblivious to the plight of those left behind. Outside the domes, the rest of humanity struggles for survival. They huddle in sprawling slums, choked by the toxic air and starved of resources. Their lives are a constant struggle for the most basic necessities: clean air, water, a morsel of untainted food. They are the forgotten, the discarded, breathing testaments to the inequality that has come to define our world. Their children, born into this wasteland, bear the brunt of our mistakes. Their lungs, underdeveloped, struggle to draw in the poisoned air. Their eyes, watery and inflamed, reflect the bleakness of their existence. They are a generation robbed of their future, condemned to live out their days in a poisoned world they did not create. The seeds of this dystopia were sown decades ago. Governments, weakened by corruption and greed, turned a blind eye to the burgeoning ecological crisis. They prioritized short-term profit over long-term sustainability, sacrificing the planet for the sake of economic growth. The warnings of scientists, once ignored, now echoed in the howling winds that swept across the desolate landscapes. As the environment deteriorated, so too did the social fabric. Resources dwindled, leading to conflicts, wars, mass migrations. The old world order crumbled, replaced by chaos and anarchy. Into this power vacuum stepped the corporations. With their vast wealth and influence, they seized control of the remaining resources, the clean air, the water, the very means of survival. They became the new rulers, their power absolute, their reach limitless. Life itself became a commodity, controlled and monetized by the corporations. They built the ecodomes, offering sanctuary to those who could afford it. For the rest, life was a daily struggle for survival. The air they breathed, the water they drank, all came at a price many couldn't afford. They called it the oxygen tax, a cruel jest that underscored the reality of their situation. Each breath was a transaction, a reminder of their subjugation. The corporations had commodified the very air they breathed, turning a basic human right into a privilege only the wealthy could afford. Section 5. Seeds of Rebellion, the Respire. But even in the darkest of times, hope finds a way. From the ashes of this dystopian world, a resistance movement emerged, the Respire, a loose network of rebels united in their belief that a different world was possible, a world where clean air and water were not commodities to be bought and sold, but fundamental rights. They were scientists and engineers, hackers and activists, teachers and artists, all united in their common cause. They believed in the power of collective action, in the strength of the human spirit to overcome even the most daunting of challenges. They were driven by a shared vision of a future where humanity lived in harmony with nature, not in conflict with it. Section 6. Reclaiming the Commons. Their mission was simple, yet monumental: to reclaim the earth, to restore its natural systems, to create a world where all could breathe freely. They understood that the Earth was not theirs to exploit, but a precious gift to be cherished and protected. They infiltrated the corporations, exposing their corrupt practices and environmental devastation. They hacked into their systems, disrupting their operations and releasing vital information to the public. They organized protests and demonstrations, raising awareness about the environmental crisis and the corporations' role in perpetuating it. They were a thorn in the side of the powerful, a constant reminder that their reign of greed and exploitation would not go unchallenged. Section 7. A spark of hope in the toxic wasteland. The Respire's actions were not without risk. The corporations, ruthless in their pursuit of profit, would stop at nothing to protect their interests. They deployed their private armies to crush dissent, silencing anyone who dared to challenge their authority. But the more the corporations tried to suppress the Respire, the stronger they grew. Their message of hope, of a future where humanity could once again breathe freely, resonated with the people. They flocked to the Respire's cause, inspired by their courage and their unwavering belief in a better tomorrow. The struggle was far from over, but in the heart of the wasteland, a spark of hope had been ignited. Section 8. The fight for breath. The fight for clean air, for clean water, for a habitable planet was not just a fight for survival, it was a fight for the soul of humanity. It was a fight for justice, for equality, for the right of all beings to live with dignity and respect. The Respire understood this, and they were prepared to fight to the very end. They knew that the odds were stacked against them, that the corporations held all the power and resources. But they also knew that they had something the corporations could never take away: their determination, their unwavering belief in a better future, and the support of countless others who shared their dream of a world where all could breathe freely. Section 9. Towards a shared future. The path ahead was fraught with danger, but the Respire refused to give up hope. They knew that the future was not predetermined, but rather a tapestry woven from the choices we make today. They chose to fight for a better tomorrow, for themselves, for their children, and for all those who would come after. They chose to fight for the last clean breath. Their struggle was a beacon of hope in a world teetering on the brink of collapse, a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit to strive for a better future, a future where all could share the last clean breath. Their fight was not just for survival, but for the very soul of humanity.